Hi learners, it's Mrs. Holbrook and Baby Echo is over here. And we will get started with our symbol Simon today. Let's pick one out. Looks like a tricky one. I got it. Do you know it? This is an oar. It's like a paddle for a canoe. Eggs or eyes, exercise, bike. Have you ever been on an exercise bike? How about a real bike? Do you know how to ride a bike? That's cool. I love biking. Make sure you wear your helmet and stay safe. It's dangerous out there. Okay, let's go ahead and pick your movement today. I think I'm going to do a fist pump. Sometimes I like to do some boxing. The past few days I've been doing my tap dancing. So pick something that works for you and the spot that you're in. And repeat after me. DGE fudge j. The fist pumping is fun. I'm glad I chose that. And let's do some vowel teams. Let's do AY play A. AI bait A. EIGH 8A. EI vein A. EA steak A. Cool. Highly recommend the fist pump. And you know what? Let's get into a word of the day. Okay? It's a 3-syllable word, so I will use my 3-syllable phrase. 1, 2, 3. And I'll bring you a little bit closer to write out each syllable. Here's the first one. What does that say? Con. Here's the next syllable. What does it say? Vince. There's one more. Vince. And then ing, which, yes, is a suffix ending. Convincing. Convincing. Let's talk about this NC. And then it goes to ing. So we have a suffix, convincing. What would the base word have been? Convince. So there's that NCE. Do you remember why we do that? When we do the S, sometimes it looks plural. So instead we do C and we follow it by the E so that it makes the C soft. And the vowel still keeps its short sound because there's 2 consonants. Okay. So how would we mark convincing? We would scoop con, we would scoop vince, and then we would circle ing because it's a suffix ending. And then we'd have to go back through and mark these syllables. Con is closed, so it's a breath. And vince is closed. And one thing that we haven't done before with our marking, but we're going to start doing, is that if we have, like how the C is here, but it sounds like the S, we haven't done this in a while, we're going to put the sound lines and put the S above it so that we know it's the S sound. And as always, when we have a E at the end, the silent E, we always put the E up here to show that it should have had an E, but it dropped off for the ing. Oof, a lot of rules, I know. So what does it mean if you're very convincing? Yeah, it means you can get somebody to do something. So maybe I'm going to convince you to do your foundations today, or maybe you'll convince me that you should have a brownie for dessert. Um, let's see. So what could our sentence be? I am convincing you to give me your dessert. To give me your dessert. And dessert has 2 S's because you always want more. Desert has 1 S. Okay. And notice your is this kind of your, not the contraction. That would be you are. So as always with word of the day, you need your student notebook and you go to the vocabulary in the middle and find the letter C that has an open spot, right? Like this. And you can add the word convincing in the sentence and scoop it when you're done. I am convincing you to give me your dessert. I'm convincing you to give me your dessert. Go ahead, pause your screen so that you can enter all this into your notebook. Okay, and when you're done with that, we are going to go into a dictation. And today's dictation will be on paper. So find the paper that you have from your teacher. Looks like this. And we're going to start with sounds. So pause if you need a little more time. That is totally cool. All right, so the first sound I want you to do is J. Write all the ways to do the sound J. And it should look like that. J, D, G, and G when it's followed by E, I, and Y. That's why I have them in parentheses right there. Okay, number 2. Ch. We know 2 sounds for ch. Please write them both. CH and TCH. All right, and number 3, I. Write all the ways to the long I sound. There are 4. Don't forget to look in your spelling options in the front of your notebook if you're stuck on these. And I'll put mine up to I-E, vowel consonant E, just Y, like cry, I, like high, and IGH, like the other high, or light. And let's do one more sound. Let's do S. Write the 2 ways to do S. There it is. S or C when it's followed by E, I, or Y. All right, and down to our review words. First review word I want you to try is, let's go with option. Option. Think about which shun it is. You might need to look in your spelling options. Option. And number 2 of review words, tiptoe. I'm going to tiptoe around so you don't hear me. All right, there's those 2 review words. Option is T-I-O-N. Tiptoe. The long O is O-E. All right, let's get down to current words, some of the things that we have currently been working on. Repeat after me. Priceless. You are priceless. What's the base word? Price. So do price and then make it say priceless. And then I want you to scoop the syllable, circle the suffix, mark the vowel, and if there is a C that says S, you should make sure you mark it. All right, check it out. Price is vowel consonant E, and the C sounds like an S, and the I gets a macron over it. Priceless. All right, the next current word, bridge. You need to drive over the bridge. J, j, j. Remember, when you hear J at the end, a word can't end in just J. And please underline the trigraph. If you don't have a trigraph, I guess that's a big clue that you made a mistake. And if you have a G that sounds like a J, mark that too. There you go. TGE is my trigraph. I put the little J inside the little sound lines, and it's a short vowel, so it's a short I. All right, let's do two more current words. We need more practice on these. Let's do the word. How about since? Since you've been gone. Yeah, yeah. Since. And remember, you don't want it to say sins. Say since. Mark the syllable type in the vowel. And if you have a letter that sounds like S or J, mark that as well. There we go. S-I-N-C-E. The C sounds like S, the E is silent, and it's closed in, so it's a short I. Okay, we'll do one more word. Let's go with no, I want to go with something specific. Pacing. She was pacing around her room because she was nervous. What would the base word be? Pace. And then you have a suffix, so think about your silent E rule. Pacing. If there's a C that sounds like an S, mark it. Scoop your base word, circle your suffix, and mark your vowel type. Ooh, okay, a lot of marking here. So I put the little E up there because the silent E, the vowel consonant E, goes away to add the suffix ending. And it's a long A, and my S is above my C. Cool. All right, down to the sound-alike words. Here is my sentence. I have 50 cents to cross the bridge. Which cent is that? I have 50 cents to cross the bridge. Can you please write that cent for number one? And for number two, I must convince my sister to give me a piece of candy. I must convince my sister to give me a piece of candy. Which piece is that? There we go. Cent, C-E-N-T, and piece, P-I-E-C-E. We're going to skip the trick words, and we're just going to go down and end with one sentence for today. Okay, please repeat after me. The rattle is on the edge of the table. The rattle is on the edge of the table. Pause if you need a little more time for that. The rattle is on the edge of the table. And I want you to check that you started with an uppercase and ended with a stop sign. And I want you to check your consonant LE word. You have two of them. And you have a trigraph word. Make sure you have that. Okay, and I'll put mine up. Check your spelling to mine. The rattle is on the edge of the table. Pause here to fix up any mistakes you might have made. And the last thing that we need to do is scoop it. So listen to me read it smoothly and scoop it the way I say it. The rattle is on the edge of the table. The rattle is on the edge of the table. I want you to scoop it and read it smoothly and read all the words we wrote. And then you're done for today. Keep it up.